Fort Hays State University was founded in 1902.
No. Let me show you how Tigers really do it.
There's endless opportunities here.
I started to play my freshman year. I get to study a semester in Italy.
Students in my major earn national awards.
We have access to the newest technology. The Res Halls are a small community where you meet tons of people.
And that's what makes Fort Hays State University Tigers forward-thinking and world-ready.
Fort Hays State University was founded in 1902.
No. Let me show you how Tigers really do it.
There's endless opportunities here.
I started to play my freshman year. I get to study a semester in Italy.
Students in my major earn national awards.
We have access to the newest technology. The Res Halls are a small community where you meet tons of people.
And that's what makes Fort Hays State University Tigers forward-thinking and world-ready.
Fort Hays State University was founded in 1902.
No. Let me show you how Tigers really do it.
There's endless opportunities here.
I started to play my freshman year. I get to study a semester in Italy.
Students in my major earn national awards.
We have access to the newest technology.
You
The Res
guys,
Halls are a small community where you meet tons
the girl. Perfect.
That's what
Okay,
makes
now
Fort Hays
there's a
State University Tigers
you wave it.
forward-thinking
1, 2, testing. 1, 2, testing. 1,
State
check,
University
testing. I can't see again. And testing. 2.
this morning or last night. She edits your minutes. Francine. Hi, nice to meet you. So we're going to do dance teams.
this one's here. So that's remote then, you'll be okay. Yeah, just set it there.
Okay.
Turn it on. This one was sitting here that belongs to the union and wasn't going to be used, so they'll be none the wiser.
And I'm also happy to share any video audio
Okay.
later.
Okay. Sounds good. I might get enrolled.
You can stop by the office right after.
Yeah, I might get that audio once you just to see if I can get something better.
All right.
Welcome. Very pleased to have all of you here, and we are very honored, each one of us, to be here today. So I am now going to officially call this meeting of the Kansas Board of Regents to order. And I want to begin by introducing my colleagues on the board. I'm going to take a little bit of the chair's prerogative today, and I'm going to focus a little bit more on two of our departing members who will be going off June 30. But I want to introduce everybody. First, seated down here to the left is our president and CEO, Dr. Andy Tompkins. And then seated next to him is one of the departing members, Ed McKechnie from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Ed is winding up 4 years. He was a spectacular chair of this board. I've so much admired and respected the leadership and the drive that Ed brought to this board. He was a key player in the transition plan that has been implemented at this university, and we're very, very grateful for Ed's really outstanding leadership. Seated next to him is Helen Van Etten, appointed by Governor Brownback last summer. Seated next to her is Regent Ann Murguia, also appointed with Helen last summer. Seated next to Ann is Vice Chair Kenny Wilk, who will thankfully take over as chair here in just a certain number of weeks, certain number of hours. And then, of course, you all know Regent Robin Moran, who was appointed with Kenny and me, about her more momentarily. Seated next to her is a new regent from Dodge City. We call them new their first year, you know, they're not new anymore. But anyway, Shane Bangerter from Dodge City. And then another one of our two departing members who are here today, one, Mildred Edwards, also an outstanding member, couldn't be here today. But Tim Emmert from Independence, Kansas, he's done just about everything in in education, period, whether it's K-12 on the State Board of Ed. He was an outstanding chair for this board. He's just done it all. He was a strong education advocate when he served in the legislature. So we're grateful for all of them being here today. So. We're here, of course, to announce the new president, and I can assure you that all the regents believe that naming a president of one of our universities is the most important job that we as regents undertake. This is an important moment in the history of this institution and the Hayes community, and it is an important moment in the history of the Kansas Board of Regents. It is an opportunity for each of us to reflect on the remarkable past of this university and prepare for its remarkable future. And I would be remiss if we went very long when we talk about the past and still the present, the incredibly outstanding leadership that President Ed Hammond brought to this university for 28 years. Dr. Hammond. For the thousands of students that attend each year, Fort Hays State University represents a path forward. And while it is a degree they are pursuing, it is the promise of lifelong success that they fulfill when they graduate. Fort Hays holds a special place in their hearts. It holds a special place in higher education in Kansas, and it holds a special place in the hearts of each one of these regents. The Presidential Search Committee did what we asked, which was to make the final selection tough. And they did that. They sent us outstanding candidates. We selected the person we believe is the right fit for today and for the future. And before we get to the announcement, and I'm going to reserve my comments about the new president until the introduction is made, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the individuals that dedicated their time and attention to the search process. First of all, and if you'll just stand and just stay standing until we get done, and hold your applause until we get done. The chair of the search committee, Dennis Miller, chair of the FHSU Foundation, and a partner at Mason Miller CPAs in Phillipsburg. Here's what Dennis brought to this process: passion, caring, and heart. He did a great job, and we are very, very grateful. I agree, that was okay to applaud on that one. Stephen Donnelly, Faculty Senate President and Assistant Professor of Chemistry. Reggie Wieland, Associate Professor of Advanced Educational Programs. Chris Roberts, Student Government President. Emily Bright, Chair of the Department of Economics, Finance, and Accounting. Jeff Briggs, Dean of the College of Health and Life Sciences. David Storer, Classified Senate Vice President and Maintenance Supervisor of the Memorial Union. Joey Lynn, Unclassified Senate President, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs, and Registrar. Cindy Elliott, Associate Provost for Strategic Partnerships and Dean of Distance Learning. Dennis King, Director of the Virtual College and Learning Technologies. Bill Robbins, President and owner of Farmers Bank and Trust in Overland Park. Jeff Copper, owner of Jeff Copper Agency, LLC, here in Hayes. Marcy Aycock, President of the Fort Hays State University Alumni Association and Director of the Early College Health Sciences Academy at Butler Community College in Sedgwick. Diane Scott, former Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs and Student Life at Fort Hays State University, now residing in Broomfield, Colorado. Michael Schwanke, co-anchor of KWCH Eyewitness News at 5 in Wichita. Tammy Wellbrock, Executive Director of the Hayes Chamber of Commerce. Janie Perkins, former Board of Regents member, now residing in Garden City. Rabba Moran, the Regent, I'm going to say from Hays, Kansas, once and always Hays, Kansas. Dr. Andy Tompkins, President and CEO of the Kansas Board of Regents. And although not a search committee member, I want to publicly recognize the outstanding contributions of Francine Hesterman, Chief Financial Officer of the Fort Hays State University Foundation, who provided administrative and logistical support to the search committee as they engage in their work. Please recognize the work of these great individuals. So when these individuals started in December, I don't know that they really understood, other than Bill Robbins, who had served on the previous search committee, just what they were getting into, the hard work that's required, the dedication. Every one of them passionate about Fort Hays State University and higher education in this state. Each one of them brought work, commitment, and heart to this process. It was a long process, and it was detailed, and it was in depth, and they did just a great job. And so to all of you, I want to express our sincere thanks for your work. Thank you so much. So selecting a president is about identifying the person that fits the university. In assessing the candidates, we focused on who would embrace and enhance the traditions and achievements of Fort Hays State University. The Kansas Board of Regents is fully supportive of this new president and the direction they will lead Fort Hays State University into the future. We were blessed as regents to have Rabba Moran as a colleague who served on the search committee and who lived here for 28 years. And of course, a certain husband, very much part of Hays as well. So with that, I believe now we are ready for a motion, and I'm going to call on Regent Moran for the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is this on? Can you all hear me? I want to thank you again for allowing us to do this process here on campus. I wanted a little tour guide microphone so I could talk about the countryside as we drove in this morning. I also would like to thank Dr. Tompkins and Chair Logan for allowing me to serve on the search committee. This is the third president I've been part of choosing since I've been on the Board of Regents, but I had never served on the search committee. You all did an inordinate amount of work, and it's a tough decision, much tougher than I had imagined. And it's also tough for the regents. We had outstanding finalists, and they all brought something different to the table. And so today, I move that Dr. Mirta Martin be hired as the 9th president of Fort Hays State University, and that the board direct the chairman, vice chairman, and president of the Board of Regents to negotiate the compensation package and to sign the letter of agreement. Do I have a second?
The chair is going to recognize for a second and some brief comments Regent Bangerter from Dodge.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my honor and privilege to second your motion. Dr. Mirta Martin has served as Dean of Reginald F. Lewis School of Business at Virginia State University since 2009. She has also held various higher education leadership positions throughout her career, such as Special Assistant to the Chancellor, Executive Vice President, and Associate Dean, among other positions. Dr. Martin received her PhD from Virginia Commonwealth University, a Master of Business Administration from the University of Richmond, and a Bachelor of Science from a little-known university, Duke University. And beyond that, it's just a privilege to second this motion because I think Dr. Martin sees this as a calling and a mission that's bigger than herself. And I think we'll be very proud, and I'm just excited to see her in action. So your motion is seconded.
We have, Regents, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Dr. Martin is it. Now, here's what I get to do, though. I get to make some introductory remarks myself, and I'm glad to be able to do that because Dr. Mirta Martin is the personification of the American dream. How perfect for Hays America, which is aptly called Hays America by so many. Mirta is also a personification of something that all the regents believe in, and that is that all great things happen through education. She's an immigrant. Her family, immigrants from Cuba. When she was brought over as a small child from Havana, not everybody could come, but they wanted to be in America. When she came, she could not speak English. She now speaks 4 languages. She had an entrepreneurial spirit, so she went into business, and she excelled, ultimately rising to the position of Senior Vice President of First Union National Bank of Virginia. She and her husband, John, are family people, and Mirta was concerned that she was maybe going to travel too much because of their small children. So she took a different turn. She turned to something that she and John believe passionately in, and that's education. And she advanced in that as well. She excelled at post after post after post to which she was called. She's been called in the state of Virginia for projects by governors of both parties. She has been involved in community college governance issues. She is now the dean and the professor of management at the Reginald F. Lewis School of Business at Virginia State University. I think you can see a pattern here. The pattern is drive, achievement, excellence. I think it's important for you to know that we believe that since she was a little girl, Mirta Martin has been successful in every challenge she has ever faced, and she will be successful here at Fort Hays State University. So it is my honor at this time to introduce Dr. Mirta Martin and her husband, John Martin.
Thank you, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here. Thank you all for joining us today. John and I are so excited to be back home with our new family here at Fort Hays State University. I was deeply touched by your engagement and your encouragement during our first visit to campus, and I am honored to be entrusted with the leadership of this incredible university. I am grateful for the opportunity to the Regents and also to each of you. I will also like to thank President Hammond for the kindness and for the hospitality that he and his wife Mary have shown John and me, and for his incredible leadership for the university during the past 27 years. The future of this nation lies in the pursuit of academic excellence. Progress is not possible without vision, leadership, and trust. As your president, my priority is to enable you to become your very best self. It is to give you the resources to continue to be excellent and the skills and the training to be successful. My job is to be fair, to be accessible, to be transparent. It is to embrace shared governance and lead decisively. It is to attract new investors to the university and to be its greatest advocate. Together, we will explore how to better align our programs with the Regents Foresight 2020 to ensure that every student's success is met and to maximize our resources. Together, we will create niche programs that will be embraced and sought by our industry and international partners. Our programs will be known throughout the region and the world and will attract high-performing students like the ones that we are honored to call family here at Fort Hays State University. We will continue to hold true to what makes us unique, a forward-thinking, world-ready university, student-centered in our values. We will increase the value of a Fort Hays State University degrees for our students and for our alumni. I believe that my selection as president is an affirmation of the Regents and Fort Hays University's commitment to entrepreneurial leadership, to opportunity, to diversity, to innovation. I am filled with enthusiasm and a relentless determination to make a difference at a university that shares my values, sense of mission, philosophy of education, and a commitment to service. Ladies and gentlemen, John and I are glad to be home. Thank you.
Now, this shy gentleman back here is her husband, John Martin. And I have a sneaking suspicion that he may end up doing some farming around here based on some discussions we had, and a little bit of hunting and fishing too. They're going to be a wonderful team for Fort Hays State University, and we're very, very honored to have been involved in this process. So grateful, Dennis, to you and your group and to everybody. President Hammond, for your service. It is a wonderful honor for us to be here. So, with that, it's always a good thing when Regents meetings draw to a close. And so we are going to have a brief news conference here, and then while we're doing that, we invite everybody to a reception back here, and when the news conference is over, President Martin and John will greet you in a receiving line on the east side of the ballroom. And we thank you all for being here this morning, and we are adjourned. Thank you.